Welcome to this explainer. Okay, be honest with me for a second. Have you ever just caught yourself looking out the window, totally daydreaming about starting your very own business from absolute scratch? It's a pretty universal dream, isn't it? The idea of building something that's uniquely yours, something that actually makes an impact, and something that can completely change your life and the lives of the people around you. Well, today we're going to explore a kind of masterclass blueprint based on the absolute core fundamentals of entrepreneurship. We're talking about the 5 structural pillars that hold up literally any successful venture, straight from our source material on the foundations of building a solid business.
To really set the stage for us today, think about these words from Swami Vivekananda: arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. These words are just as incredibly powerful today as they were over a century ago. Keep this in the back of your mind as we go through this explainer, because every massive industry, every booming startup, and every famous founder you've ever admired, they were all once just ordinary people with a dream and the sheer courage to actually pursue it. You know, it's not magic, it's a structured process.
All right, let's look at our agenda for today. Here's the exact roadmap we'll use to build an unbreakable business. We're covering 1. The foundation of entrepreneurship. 2. Know yourself. 3. Idea and business model. 4. Finance and honest feedback. And finally, 5. The mantra for success.
Let's jump right into section 1, the foundation of entrepreneurship. When you think about starting a business, I want you to imagine building a house. And I don't mean just some temporary shelter, I'm talking about a strong, enduring house. A house like that absolutely requires load-bearing pillars so it won't just collapse the second there's a little pressure. If even one of those pillars is weak, the whole entire structure is at risk of crumbling. So look at the complete framework we're constructing today. Pillar 1, know yourself. Pillar 2, the idea. Pillar 3, the business model. Pillar 4, finance. And Pillar 5, feedback. Literally every successful entrepreneur has systematically worked on these exact 5 pillars. We're going to break them down one by one to see how they support your ultimate goal.
Moving right along to section 2, know yourself.
This sounds almost too simple, right? But you would be shocked at how many businesses fail right out of the gate simply because the founder just copied someone else. You know, like opening a cafe just because your buddy did, or launching a clothing brand just because it looks trendy online. Instead of looking outward at what everyone else is doing, you've got to look inward. Ask yourself, what are you best at? You need to actively introspect here. What is your greatest strength? Where do your true interests actually lie? What is that one thing you can do tirelessly for hours on end without getting bored? Because the moment you find the honest answers to those questions, that's the exact moment your real entrepreneurial journey actually begins. So don't build your house on someone else's foundation.
Next up, section 3, idea and business model.
So, once you truly know yourself and your own strengths, you've got to figure out exactly what value you're going to put out into the world. Now, not every new idea is a successful one. A copycat idea just mimics what already exists, but a problem-solving idea, oh, that is where the absolute magic happens. A successful idea has to solve a real, tangible problem. Let's say, for example, there's a village where farmers are really struggling to rent agricultural equipment. If you come in and create a simple app or a phone service that connects them to affordable rentals, you are just starting a business. You are directly solving a painful problem for your community. And that right there is the hallmark of a true entrepreneur.
And that brings us to the 3rd pillar, the business model. Because listen, just having a great problem-solving idea isn't quite enough on its own. You absolutely must answer these essential questions. Who exactly is your customer? How are you actually going to deliver this product or service? Where is the revenue coming from? What are your exact expenses going to be? And who is going to be on your team? Starting a business without clearly answering these questions, it's literally like wandering around a massive, unfamiliar city with absolutely zero sense of direction. I mean, sure, you might get somewhere eventually, but you are going to waste so much time, money, and energy being lost along the way.
All right, section 4, finance and honest feedback.
Think of these final 2 pillars as the essential fuel to keep your engine running and the ongoing maintenance required to keep your business house from weathering and cracking over time. Let's talk about the 4th pillar first, finance. Every dream needs fuel to take flight, and in the business world, that fuel is capital. But here's the kicker. You do not need millions to start. This is such a massive myth, and it stops so many potential founders dead in their tracks. It's rarely about how much cash you're sitting on in the bank. It's really about your resourcefulness and how well you utilize the resources you already have access to. Because there are incredibly accessible funding options actually out there. You don't need a massive trust fund. Trust me. You can tap into government schemes,
standard bank loans, dedicated startup funds, specialized programs like the Mudra Yojana, or, simply start on a micro, small-scale level and bootstrap your way up. The financial barrier to entry is likely way, way lower than you think. The key is simply getting started with whatever resources you can actively gather today.
Then we hit our fifth and final pillar, honest feedback. Imagine you launch a product and you think it is absolutely flawless, but a customer comes back and says, hey, this feature is missing, or this is totally flawed. If your response is ego-driven, like, I know everything, the customer's wrong, that arrogance instantly becomes your biggest point of failure. But if you have an accepting response, saying, okay, how can this improve? Your product evolves, and ultimately, you win the market. A good mentor, an experienced teacher, or even just a true friend is going to tell you what you need to hear, not just what makes you feel good. Accept it and use it to build.
Finally, Section 5, Mantra for Success.
To really tie all of this together, we have to make sure everything we've talked about actually translates into real-world momentum, right? We've got our 5 sturdy pillars set up, but now we need to put the roof on our house. And for that, we're introducing a highly actionable tool, the Dream Book. Now, this isn't just some random diary where you vent about your day. It is a formal, defined tool for future entrepreneurs. And no, it doesn't have to be some fancy, expensive, leather-bound journal. A simple, cheap little notebook works perfectly. Its entire purpose is vital. Use it to instantly record new ideas, solutions to problems you notice throughout your day, and random business concepts the very second inspiration strikes you.
But here's the catch. Just writing things down isn't enough to actually build a business. You have to review your dream book for 15 to 20 minutes every single day. You've got to make it a totally non-negotiable daily habit. Read over those small, scribbled notes and ask yourself, can I take action on any of this today? Because history has shown us time and time again that it's these tiny, consistent notes and daily reflections that compound over time and become the foundation of massive, world-changing businesses.
Let's bring this whole narrative full circle. Like Swami Vivekananda famously said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. I really want you to walk away from this explainer knowing one fundamental truth. Successful entrepreneurs are not born. They are made. They are meticulously forged through their own ideas, a relentless habit of learning, nonstop effort, and seeking the right guidance. If you take the time to build your 5 pillars carefully, your dream absolutely will transform into a successful reality.
So I want to leave you with one final, very important question. Is your dream book ready? The blueprint is literally in your hands right now, and the foundation is just waiting to be poured. Your entrepreneurial journey doesn't start someday off in the distant future. It starts today with one single note in that book. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep moving forward, and go turn those big dreams into reality.